Oh, you're intoxicated. You qualify for a free Uber ride.
Open up, Colorado. It's 420. Time to grind and burn.
This is not your son's stoner show.
Welcome to the Cannabis Community Project. This is Brainstorm, once again bringing you your weekly podcast from the CCP studios high up in Denver, Colorado. Here exploring the business side of the newly emerging Colorado economy, focusing on the business, the patient, the user, to the retailer, to even the geek in the garage creating that next innovation in cannabis. This is the first media platform to help fellow cannabis build sustainable businesses while living the lifestyle.
You deserve more. Herbbox is here to give you more. Fortunately, the cannabis laws and stereotypes are slowly being changed. Herbbox is a medical and recreational cannabis container that brings style and fashionable credibility to the cannabis community and movement. Check out our website at herbbox.com, which is HERBBOXX.com. Accessories say a lot about a person, and Herbbox says that you are exquisite and superior. Cheers.
There you have it, the Herbbox, one of our newer sponsors, coming on strong, making their own ads. They're putting the money in to get the advertising out. Thank you to all of my sponsors. Hey, if you want to check them out, make sure to go to the store. Go right to the webpage, cannabiscommunityproject.com. There's a store there. You'll find all the products of our sponsors, and those are also the same products we're using as incentives for our Indiegogo campaign. Cannabis Community Project, look for it, Google it. We're out there growing. Oh, Indiegogo, it's been a struggle. Our campaign, to be honest with you, is not going very well at all. We've had a lot of struggles, and mostly it's because the expectation I had of my immediate network, friends, family, followers, just didn't quite pan out to be what I thought. If there's anything I've learned from this Indiegogo crowdfunding, it's that you don't really have any friends. Your family could care less about what you're doing, and those people who are actually listening to the show don't really like it enough to throw a couple bucks your way. We're going to have to change strategies because my new associate producer, Syndicate, he is sticking it out with me. He's putting in the work. He's doing what he can, manning the blog, out there making some sales visits, trying to set stuff up. And that's how we're going to do it. I guess that's the only way to do it with any business. You start with one, then you have two, then before you know it, you have three, then 4, then 5, and then before you know it, you're renting offices and you have a whole staff and you're filling out W-2 forms at the end of the year for taxes, and you're a legitimate business. I've seen it happen. I've been there. Now I'm just trying to find what is the secret. Nah, it's not really a secret. Sometimes stuff just doesn't work, right? Sometimes it just doesn't pan out, doesn't exactly become what you thought it would be. That's all right. If this show doesn't become successful enough to make a career out of it, I guess I'll just move on to a different show. Still doing what I will do, what I always do. But I'm really hoping there will be a change of mood or a change of heart out there, and individuals will take a look at what we're doing and see that it's not just a radio show. We're not just war stories, blabbing here about last week when we got high. We're actually trying to change the lives of individuals. We're out there trying to make a difference in the world by helping people through those basic assumptions of a business, of where you get started, what the first steps are, that initial, just having somebody you can talk to who's been there about how do I actually get my idea into some type of momentum moving forward. And that's what I think this show, if anything else, will bring. So the interviews we do, the people we talk to, the correspondence we have, it's all really there to be part of one community that is informational, maybe sometimes a little entertaining, but there for you to have as a resource. So if you're a business, you're an individual, you got something to talk about, you want to be on this show, I can make it happen. It will happen right here because this show is really your show. And I like to talk to interesting people that have interesting ideas. ideas. That's where we come in. This is the show you want to get a hold of. So contact me. Go to the webpage, cannabiscommunityproject.com. Look for the emails. Send us a message. We'll get back to you. If you're in the greater Denver area, we can even meet up and do some recording. We're having a lot of fun over here, and we will grow despite the lack of support in our crowdfunding campaign. We are moving forward. I don't think it's going to be that easy to get us off track. So for those of you, and you know who you are, Melissa Mouse's Edible, thank you for your donation. Louise Patient, thank you for your donation. Drew, thank you for your donation. Maria, thank you for your donation. Chris S., Mr. Syndicate, thank you very much for all your hard work and going out, beating the street, and coming up with 2 donations that I think are close to 50% of all I've received. Thank you, sir. And all the others who have donated, who will continue to donate, who have done your part to share the link with outside audiences, your network, thank you for your help and participation. You know, $9 is all it takes to just help us along with the minimum contribution. But if that for some reason is going to break your bank, just share the link with your network, share it on Facebook, share it with your friends, tell somebody about it. That's how businesses get off the ground and growing, with the support of people like you. So thank you very much. Now let's quickly go back into last week's short-term memory flashback. It's been, these weeks are getting long as we got so much stuff going on. I'm losing track of time. That's why we do these, to remember what last week's show was about. Do you remember? It was a good one. Go back and take a listen. Here's a couple minutes right now to refresh your memory. Then we'll move on with this week's show. Grind and burn.
Hey, how you doing, man?
What's going on, man? How you doing?
Doing good. Doing great.
Yeah? Where are you at?
I'm in Seattle. Right now I'm outside of my porch, but I'll probably go inside at some point, just make sure it's not too loud. But yeah, beautiful day, man. The sun shines here all the time. I don't know what people are talking about. Yeah, this is going to be a breadbasket, an epicenter of cannabis production. You know, interstate and international commerce really opens up. So it's a great place to be. There's a lot of opportunity. And yeah, as you know, there's some upheaval in some of the more established, even in slightly less regulated markets.
So you've spent this whole year in the middle of everything cannabis there in Seattle, which is why I kind of reached out to you, because I saw this report come across the internet. I don't know exactly what the quote is, so let me just paraphrase it, that there's some problems going on with dispensaries being allowed to operate. Is this true?
I think the short answer would be yeah, and I do appreciate you reaching out to me. I love chatting with you, so thanks again. So the clarification, we've had a really intimate interaction. We live in Seattle. We know what's going on. Around the state of Washington, again, this guy Judd I mentioned, he did some lobbying with some other people this past legislative session, which really just ended. It was a long session. It began in January and ended this summer. The production tiers for adult use. The city of Seattle created their own 3-tier system to shut down cannabis retailers. Here's what I understand of that tiered system is that sometime in July, right around now, or maybe just shortly after, they're going to shut down the first tier of businesses. Those are people, as I understand it, that were selling cannabis to people under 21. Now, I think that directive comes somewhere from like a federal power potentially to the city of Seattle, and yet it's kind of problemsome because for the longest time, medical cannabis in Washington has been available to card holders who are 18 to 21. And so businesses who knew that was coming, I think, were stopping to sell to people under 21. The first tier are really people who sell to people under 21, even patient, and anyone who sells to anyone without a card, anyone not paying their taxes, anyone diverting either out of operation or out of state. I think that was tier 1, more or less. Tier 2, which would happen, I think, shortly after, would be anyone doing delivery, as I understood it, and anyone who was infringing, their products were infringing on existing trademarks of other businesses, whether inside or outside of the cannabis industry. The guy who told us this information didn't really go into tier 3, and I don't know, there may be more in that article than I can tell you now. But as I understand it, that's how it's going to work. And as I understand it, the best guesses are somewhere between 20 to 30 to maybe 50 of those 100 businesses are going to have a chance to apply for licenses, part of this LCB licensing program. Great work with this show. I think you're doing great stuff, man, so keep it up.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate it, and it sounds like we'll be in touch very soon, because I want to keep on top of this, and I want people to keep on top of this. And this could be one of those silent little actions that, butterfly effect, that all of a sudden creates some bigger waves in the ocean somewhere. I appreciate your time. you have an idea or some thoughts about business, or maybe you have a business you would like to promote on the show, contact me, brainstorm at cannabiscommunityproject.com.
The 6 degrees of Cushley. Yeah, it's amazing.
Please welcome Cushley, Odor Eliminator. You heard them on the show. Now they've come on board officially as sponsors of the Cannabis Community Project. Give them a welcome. Reach out and say hi. The Cushley?
Cushley.
Here, it looks pretty cool. I think it's actually the odor elimination rather than the perfume or the cover-up. I mean, there's nothing more humorous than walking into a room with a heavy smell of incense. It almost gives away what you're doing.
It pretty much tells you what you're doing. Some people who, take a moment and actually write in and say, thank you, and we really appreciate this product, really making a difference for someone. You can find us very easily. info at Cushley.com.
The Constitution says that we have the right to consume cannabis.
Oh, yeah.
And that's when I said, whoa. Feeling guilty about a time with cannabis? Get it off your chest and confess it on Cannafessions, your public forum to absolve your soul.
New voice message, Wednesday, 4:21 p.m.
Hey, yeah, this is Mark. I went over to my grandma's house for a Christmas dinner, and I lost my bag. I looked all over for it, and I couldn't find it. And I left, and my aunt came over. She was standing in the room, and the next day, my grandma found a bag and blamed it on her. Thought she was smoking weed. She kept denying it. She's older. She kept denying it, and my grandma, she was convinced it was hers, and she wanted to take her to the hospital so she could get fixed because she was a weed addict. And I never told them that it was my bag. So, sorry, Auntie. Sorry, Grandma. It's really mine. And, yeah, okay, I feel better. Thanks. Bye.
To replay this message, press 1. To delete this message and go to the next, press 7.
And that was Cannafessions. If you have a confession to make, contact me via Facebook or the website at cannabiscommunityproject.com.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Welcome to our very quiet demo day video. Well, thanks everybody for coming. My name is Patrick Ray. My partner here to the right is Micah Tappan, and you are the Canopy Boulder Demo Day. As many of you know, but some may not, 13 weeks ago, 10 teams of entrepreneurs made their way to Boulder, Colorado to start great businesses in the cannabis industry. Who would have thought, to come today, we'd have still all 10 teams? But we do. They all shared a dream, and they all had a vision. And they worked their tails off. And I saw there was an opportunity for business like Canopy Boulder, an investment fund, narrow the gap between entrepreneurs and investors looking to put their capital to work. So that's what we did. And with the help of a number of investors in the room, all of the mentors, over 100 mentors, the energy of these fantastic entrepreneurs who've done it, it's all about the journey, right? It's not like this is the finish line for these 13 companies. It's really just like it's the start line, because now it's up to them to make their businesses live up to the potential that they've imagined. Most importantly, I want to thank the ArcView Group. The ArcView Group has been a fantastic organization to stimulate the cannabis economy. And without them, I wouldn't be here, and I know by fact, many of you wouldn't be either. So, along with the NCIA, the Marijuana Policy Project, Students for Sensible Drug Policy Alliance, all these great organizations that do deserve a round of applause. Without further ado, we're going to kick it off.
the sun in the morning, I'm gonna chase you out of earth.
Cannabis.com is, I think, the main page. They're still working on that right now, building that up. Like I said, like I was talking earlier, like the menu and like update like wholesale contacts, and now that we got a team and everything working with it, so it's all coming. I used to work with the guys I started this with, and they kind of had the idea before me. They just came to me because they knew my graphics work and they knew me as an employee and who I am as a person and all that good stuff. So when they approached to me back probably a few months after I quit over at that grow, so probably about a year ago. So yeah, a little over a year. We had started out, my partner Jeremy had worked out in California and LA. He had people there, so that was a good boost for us out there. A lot of good support and everything out there. A lot of people were really digging it, so that helped us out. And then also my other partner, he's out in Oregon, and he was based here for a bit, and then he's kind of back in between with those. But he has been pushing out there too. And we were going in the Seattle market for a little bit, but there's kind of still a little up and down on what they're going to do with their medical, and it's where we can get in recreational. It's a lot easier getting in the medical market than it is a recreational right now, and especially here in this area. So until we can get that licensing, we plan by the end of this year having, at the very least, the end of this year, we'll have the license for recreational and be back in that market.
And this is an actual syrup, like a pancake syrup, right? We're talking a sugary, it's liquid.
You can think more or less, not think pancake syrup, think of a simple syrup. So like a simple syrup, a simple flavoring that you would add anything to, and the viscosity of it is a little bit in between a heavier and a light syrup. So it blends well with a lot of different things.
It reminds me of the Walmart syrup, the sugar-free stuff that I bought one time that was very liquidy, almost water-like and very thin.
It's not as thin as that. Like I said, it's probably right between that.
Well, maybe it could be mixed with just an actual maple syrup, right?
Yeah. No, that's the thing. It could be infused. That's why we make it a little bit.
Well, not infused in the sense of, so I sit down for breakfast. I have my bacon, eggs, and my short stack, right? But not just a replacement. So I have 2 ounces of maple syrup, and I have my 2 ounces of
blueberry, whatever.
Right? And I just pour one into the other, mix it around with my finger or my knife, pour it on my pancake.
So you have maple blueberry.
Right, so there's.
They do that at IHOP. That's how I do it at IHOP. I mix it all up. No, I just mix up the peaches and the boysenberry and all that good stuff. It's really versatile. I mean, you can do whatever. Right? It's a tincture, essentially.
In one sense of.
Yeah. It's just tincture doesn't really sell.
Right. I was going to say the spin, or with no negative connotation, but the spin, the marketing angle is.
People have they can taste it in their mouth when they hear
when you put it to use, it's easier for somebody to understand how to use it and how to consume it. If you just say, here's a tincture, do this, people might come back and be like, do what with it?
Right. Like, I don't know what tinctures are. I never worked with tinctures.
Stick it in my eye, I stick it in my nose.
But with a syrup, when I especially quite like more of a simple syrup, you see that you can put it in anything.
Right. Morning coffee.
Put it in morning coffee, put it in your cocktails, put it in, a baking item, put it in whatever you want.
It's just a different way to consume.
Especially for the holidays. I mean, you can do all kinds of
Right.
cool little
all the
things
cooks
with
and
it.
chefs.
And like I said, you can bake with it. Throw in the cherry in your apple muffins. Get cherry apple muffins with a little bit of cannabis in there. I mean,
So where is this going now? You're the designer of the company, or what's your role?
no, my role is, like I said, most of the visuals, dealing with anything of the packaging, and of course I do a lot of advertisement, like the poster work or any flyers we're going to do, just the visuals of the company, the labels and stuff.
Excellent. And your background is all in design.
But and I have a background, of course, in the design, but I have the background, of course, being in the industry and working in both the grow and the lab and developing these products previously before. So this was just basically, all of us have done this before.
Right.
We just jumping back in together with a new, fresh mind, new, fresh product, new kind of, and learning, taking what we've learned over the years.
Now this has been in development for a while. I mean,
we've been
some time ago,
a couple years in development.
Back to, what's the full name again?
Cannabis Syr-up.
And that, so if somebody Googles cannabis syrup, they
it
will
would come
find
up.
this under a .com.
Yeah, the .com. I think there's the Facebook, or the
it's
Twitter.
It's a simple name. Good thing he got that name.
Yeah, it's very. It works too. Like our logo work and everything. It's just it's a stampable kind of, and it's very versatile. Like I said, we'll be having other products, and it's something that it can see as a parent company, or something we may pull back, and feature something else. Either way, it fits well, and it's not overtly anything really.
Right. You were telling me a bit about the design just a minute ago, about the retro look that you're going for. Well, what you want to explain that? What's behind this intentional look?
It's just kind of like what we're doing with the market itself and the cannabis movement. It's coming from those eras, the 50s, the 60s, 70s, all these vintage, and kind of what we look back now as psychedelic and all that stuff. But all these people are now wearing suits and putting their ponytails up, and it's just kind of learning how to still be cool and psychedelic and still rooted in that fun vibe, but still being classy and still being clean and still like being on point, not a mess.
Right.
Like I said, you still rock your ponytail, but you show up for work. What took us, though, I guess, in getting to that point is just, we were all working jobs. We all had investments. Most of us, too, were just new to the area. One of my guys, though, he was my boss at my old job. He had been here for a bit. Most of us really, like I said, just it's getting the right team. It's working with the right people, especially in this industry. It takes really finding out who works well with and who you can work with for a bit and not just 6 months and they realize, I'm not making enough money. I thought this was going to be something else. And all that good jazz, So it's just that us transitioning, I left that place. They had all moved on, and we were in a situation where we were taking a little time back to reevaluate what's going on and what we can do and who we need. And then, my part of it had been for a while just really kind of developing a brand look and feel, but getting off what they had put input and putting my own input, just finding that happy medium, and I think we're striking it.
Well, it brings back a little bit of fun to an image. It doesn't have to be so serious.
And I like it too. It's something that features a lot of women and stuff, but yet it is actually women that really actually are our biggest supporters.
Yeah. I don't have any
No, what I'm saying, though, is just
from the consumer of edible market.
Yeah.
The edible market, I think women.
And they really like the whole look and everything. So it's like we're hitting our obvious bases with the white male and everything else, but it's even to these other outer markets that we're trying to reach and be.
Are you saying the black male does not do edibles?
Yeah, exactly, right? That's what always people associate, but we know that to be different. We know that the Latino market is also a very strong thing. It's something that you just never see a lot of companies feature, and it's something that moving forward we'll be featuring a lot more in our products and more of our advertisement of showing that this is what we are, and we're not just a bunch of white dudes up in Colorado trying to, make some, we're a lot larger market.
I guess technically we are just kind of a bunch of white dudes in Colorado trying to get high. But, but there's some real truth to the fact that the overall market is just going to expand, because I think more people want non-smoking forms of consumption. Yeah. More people want to figure out ways to consume that doesn't involve such a public awareness. So edibles, syrups,
or stigmas,
drinks, all those products in the market are going to keep expanding. And I mean, as long as it tastes good and it does what it's supposed to do.
You know, it's a big part of it. Yeah, a lot of people. I'm hesitant myself. I'm not a huge edible guy because I just hate that hashy taste. But you know, I was a little hesitant, especially with the tincture stuff. But yeah, no, I dug it. And so once I got into it, and they actually started working more with the formula, started just tweaking some things and trying some new things, and it's really gotten down to where, you know, it's clean, it's not chunky, it's not separated all nasty. You don't get the taste in the, you know, you get, like, you can feel like you can add it like a grenadine or anything to something, and it's just fine. It's not like some nasty syrup that you're just trying to chuck down.
Jeez.
Well, you don't like grenadine, so I mean, that's fine.
I'm not even sure what that is. Is that a Southern thing?
No, maybe, I don't know. But you just add it to like your drink and stuff, like a cherry grenadine. If like you want that cherry flavor in your cocktail or whatever, you know, it's like.
Well, I don't really drink mixed drinks in that sense.
Yeah,
when I go to a bar, I
and see, that's what thing this product's all about, mixing.
Shots.
This is mixing in anything you can't, milkshakes, you know, or anything you just want to. And also you can, like I said, even roll. We've done our blunts. We take our blunts and dip it in there, let it dry.
This is interesting.
And then you get a whole different high. You know,
Coated.
you get. Yeah, it's what people used to do with like blunts and joints with other bad chemicals and stuff.
Right.
But doing it with ours, it's something that gives you a nice flavor, kind of like a flavored, you know, joint or blunt. And then also you get, you know, that body hit. Real, oh, it's nice.
Well, I'm already picturing how this can be incorporated into so many things. I want to do like a pancake breakfast.
I know. That's definitely something that will be a thing for sure. The sodas, though, that's really the biggest kicker. A lot of people, that's predominantly how it's consumed, is just mixing it with your soda.
Right.
It's the simplest thing to do. And like I said, that's why you look at it as a simple serve.
Packets, like the powder packets you sell now, where you just drop right in your drink.
Well, we have actually the 100 milligram out, and it's just a little shot, like a bottle. So you can literally take a 16-ounce glass, you know, 16-ounce soda, take that one shot at 100 milligrams, bam, throw it in there for, you know.
For 1 ounce, that's a pretty good punch, 100 milligrams.
Yeah. And still taste on point.
I mean, an ounce of
scaled.
liquid is not a lot. So, I mean, that's.
I know.
I mean, I probably have that much of a spit rolling around my mouth right now.
Yeah, but no, it's good. It works well. And then, like I said, you mix it with your drinks, and that's predominantly how it works. And it's something we feature. But what I was going to get at is like at the booths and stuff, you know, getting ahead with it, trying to come up with different things ahead, try to, you know, pancake breakfast. Yeah. Maybe we have a little soda bar.
Pancake breakfast at noon.
You know, at noon. No, definitely. No one's going to get up that early. Bird breakfast for dinner, you know.
Or do like a 2 a.m. pancake breakfast at 2 a.m.
I'm not even up at 2 a.m.
You're not up at 2 a.m.
Well, I'm going to bed at that point. I'm up. I'm
usually going to bed around 2:33. Yeah, I'm usually doing it.
Once I can't stare at the computer anymore. When my eyes are just fried to the bit that I just have to lay down.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Especially now.
That's pretty much how I do it, too. I go until I'm just, like, falling asleep. And I'm like, all right.
Yeah.
Here we go.
I got so much upcoming now, especially with this. Like, once I just finished these we have the packaging now, but we're looking to change just the fruit on the front of on the label in there, just get a little more continuity, a little bit more stylistic to what we were going for. But moving forward from that, I'm done with that finally. And then we'll be working on our new flavors, our new packaging, and that's a lot.
How does that work in the sense of putting together a package? You send him, he sends you the theme of like, hey, this is what needs to be.
Well, the packaging, the core packaging has been around for over a year. Yeah. Since we started, because basically when they came to me, to do it, what I set out then was like that core design still carries through. Right. I've tweaked it a little bit over this time, and now I think I've finally tweaked it to what's right. But it was just early on, the company was just starting, you know, for me, you know, as far as my involvement. And so, there's a lot of other things. So I just needed to get a package out for them so that they could start working with some stuff. And then eventually came back to me after we sell some stuff sold, we get a little bit more money where I can spend more time. And that type of stuff happens. Yeah. And now I've got, like I said, we got the cannabis, the syrup itself, you know, the traditional flavors we have, plus the upcoming flavors of pineapple and blueberry. Well, I mean, we're going to be like, all right, we're going to get 1,000 bottles of cherry. We're going to have 1,000 bottles of grape. We're going to have so we'll print out accordingly to that, getting people involved and getting people sold with it. But for the most part, the bottles, you know, We order the bottles, we get the labeling. We have a good hookup with our printing situation right now. So yeah, we get them already and we get them pre-filled. And Colorado, it's been just 2 weeks,
right?
A week. We've only been a week.
There's only this one location.
Yeah, we just started this week
here
in Colorado.
Where is it at again?
Sweet Leaf and Aurora. I'm not sure where. I think it's up near Mississippi somewhere. But we've been doing it in California. We've been doing so. That's like the stickers. We'll take. Obviously we don't take products across line, but we take the stickers and the bottles. Those things across. So coming into Colorado, we just do the same thing we've been doing in LA and Oregon. But yeah, we have our set flavors, right now. It's still been the 4 that we started with the cherry, the grape, the peach, the blackberry. We're finishing up now the formula for the blueberry and the pineapple. So we got the printing coming out. I just finished up the labels for that, so that's set. And then after that, we're done with that. We're going to lock those in, see how they do. May tweak 1 or 2 in the process, but now we're moving on to a coffee flavor.
Coffee.
Do
you have ownership in this company?
We haven't really. I couldn't say really now how to discuss all that yet.
What happens if it becomes $1 billion company because of your designs?
Yeah,
people love it.
I can
much,
tell you,
they're sold. They buy $1 billion of bottles. Yeah. Where do you stand?
Well, the thing is, my involvement is more than just the design. So I'm in a lot of other areas to where what I earn what I earn.
How big is this market? How big could this get?
It will be nationwide. Yeah. The plan is nationwide once it starts. Because the thing is, we're coming with a CBD only oil too as well. Here coming at the end of the year. So another thing to look forward to is going to these states that have CBD laws. Yeah. And it's all hemp derived. So therefore, we could actually get in those markets and start before legalization of any type of edible is actually, because it is essentially a tincture.
Is there any states that allow any form of THC to be sold or consumed in a bar with alcohol?
Yeah, don't know yet. I know that they push. There's a lot of talk. Right? There's a lot of talk here in Denver, but
people go to a bar. It would just be one more menu on the item.
Yeah,
one more item on the menu,
or a little dab bar on the side.
Right?
They do it at the cup and stuff all the time. You see how it's set up.
What is wrong with our governors that are supposed to be governing the state for a better state, a more profitable
safe, fun entertainment.
Right?
Better and
these
safer
ideas are
fun.
so simple. I'm not a Tesla. These ideas are so simple that we know everybody's thought of them. Why aren't they happening?
And those people, especially, I'm sure, working in those industries, are even more aware and pushing harder and harder.
I would help. A dab bar would make at a regular bar.
To the hotels. Jesus.
How much do people pay for those stupid oxygen bars?
Oh, I know. Right. And I used to go to a dispensary in Arizona. I used to have a dispensary in Arizona that had an oxygen bar too.
How much were people paying for that?
I don't want to smoke for this. No, it was free. It was nice. It was free because it was like a cart membership. You had a membership back then. They didn't have dispensaries, Wow. So yeah, I was like, I don't want that. Does it get you high? No, okay, good. I'll just take my weed and go.
I would go to a bar that I could do a shot and a dab all in the same sitting and order a pizza.
Yeah, no doubt. And I think the downtown scene would be better for it. People as far as behavior wise. I think they're a little bit at the beginning be a little bit more throwing up because people crossfading themselves. But once you get the rhythm of it, I'm sure.
Right.
But that's with anything. That's to be expected. You can't just.
Well, people will definitely drink less, but they will still drink less, but they'll combine it.
Yeah.
Which is the thing is that people want to still go out. They still want a bar scene.
And they can't pull the whole, we don't know how it'll make them feel, what if they get behind the wheel? Well, they shouldn't be drinking and getting behind the wheel anyways.
Well, how about this? How about the bar incorporates a $1 per person door fee in any door fee or any place for like an Uber overall insurance policy, right? Because Uber charges $1
because not everybody's going to need it,
right?
But that one
there's
dude that needs
frequency.
$40, and you had 200 people tonight, you cover a few people,
right?
Yeah, no, I see that. That's nice.
Why not incorporate it into something that's easy to do?
Because it's not, you can't fix the problem by not having it.
Would you pay $1?
It's like
as a door fee
parenting.
if you went to a bar and they said, "Hey man, it's $1, and what this gives you is an insurance policy
for me or someone else."
Says if you
not necessarily for me, I do it for somebody
you get
else.
A free ride home.
Yeah, I do it to keep someone off the road. That shouldn't be.
There's my light bulb moment. I need to start an insurance company that does that. It's policies that say you pay like $5 a month.
Yeah.
Or $10 a month or whatever. It depends on how much you go out. There's different plans. And it's like an insurance
party policy.
Right. And if you get too drunk or too high, you get a free ride home, just like a roadside service.
That's
if
some
you got a flat
AAA
tire,
can keep
right?
up with, you know?
You get a flat tire with AAA.
Yeah.
You pay your monthly $20.
You get free tows and stuff with them.
Why not get a free Uber ride if you go out and get too drunk or too high somewhere?
Especially once this shit gets automated.
Right. How easy would it be to make an app on your phone you breathe into? It says, "Boom, you're intoxicated. You qualify for a free Uber ride covered
and
under
everybody
your
just
party
be drinking
plan
every day
insurance."
to get free rides. Everybody would be like, I need to go to the King Supers. Better pound this fifth of Jack. And do my
But
grocery
if you pound a
shopping.
fifth of Jack, that's going to be more expensive than just paying for the taxi ride to the
Yeah,
King
but it's
Supers.
more fun. Grocery shopping than that.
It would spawn the economy.
Yeah.
Well, this sounds
I
like
drink that much anyways. I don't have a problem with it.
This sounds like a good business.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of excited to see where it goes. I'm excited to try it. I want to try and just see what it tastes.
Well, you go Sweet Leaf.
Go to
I
Sweet
think
Leaf. What's the retail on it? Do they
I
mark
think it's
it up
20 bucks. I
10,000
think
per
no.
10?
I think it's just 20. It's still medical. I would think. Yeah, because we're only under a medical license in Colorado. It's $10 per 100 milligrams, basically.
Okay.
I think though they're trying to work that down here soon, but I think currently it's at that. Which is it's comparable to any like candy bar or any other kind of, I guess, edible. You pay by the dosage pretty much.
Well, I mean, that's what it is. It would be a
Yeah.
single dosage. It would be equivalent to paying for $10 for a single gram of just some bud, right? You know, if your intention was just to have a single
I know
bud to last
ideally
you
we
for the
want to get
afternoon.
though. I know ideally we want to get those 100 milligrams down like $6 or $7.
Ideally, I would like 175.2
And then like 15
milligrams.
for 200. You know, that's our goal. But once we get more people involved, it's not a problem.
If you could make me 175.2 milligrams at $6.50, I would buy.
That'd be tough. Yeah.
I would buy.
That'd be tight.
One a day.
I don't know if we can do that yet, but we'll get there. But we got other products coming, so maybe in those other products we find those solutions. You know, I don't know.
Cool. Well, how long will it take before I can do a follow up to see some progress of like where things are at?
I could definitely see by the end of the year, December time.
Because
like I said, by the end of the
infiltrate into the markets.
the plan,
locations.
I mean, the plan in the next month is us really. We got about 40 gallons ready to get shipped out.
Really?
So I mean, you divide that up by ounces, you realize how many bottles we can do there.
Well,
but
let's see, how many ounces in a gallon?
We looked this up before, and I can't remember. I mean, was how many pints in a gallon? Because there's 16 ounces in a pint.
Pints? Do we even use that in
I don't
English?
know. I don't know.
Isn't that like a British term?
No, it's totally our thing.
Pints and quarts? P's and Q's? Mind
I
your
think
P's
it's
and
2
Q's?
quarts.
3 quarts.
I think it's 4 quarts to a gallon.
Yes. Hence the quart.
2 pints
quart.
to a quart. So 8 times 16, 80. I don't know anymore.
Oh man.
But
That's
we
all right.
we probably got like a couple thousand bottles ready to go.
Somebody will do the math and figure it out and realize there's good money in this. Sounds like a good business. Congratulations on being able to make it.
Yeah, man. Thank you, Brad.
Thanks for listening to this week's show. Make sure to come back next week. We're going to have more guests lined up, speaking with dispensary owners, growers, business owners. Make sure to follow us on all of the social media, Facebook, Google+. You can listen to our shows live from the website or your preferred listening platform. Find us on iTunes, Stitcher, SoundCloud, Spreaker, even YouTube, all under the same name, CannabisCommunityProject.com. We'll see you next week.